urgent measures to protect the minority.
Yes, yes.
And that is the motion that you are against.
Yes, absolutely.
And you asked an Arab government to do exactly what you are against in the motion.
I asked the government to take the measure according to the law.
Yes, because you knew they wouldn't do it otherwise.
Yes, they wouldn't do it
They wouldn't do it.
Because they didn't do it first time.
Yeah.
And
so you wanted to protect your minority.
No, I want to protect from aggression, even verbal aggression to people.
Yes, your minority. You wanted them protected.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you knew that it wouldn't be done through legislation, through education. So you had to go and ask an Arab government to take urgent measures to protect the minority. You should be on the other side.
And I went to court and I put...
I really don't know why we've got the people we have on one side as opposed to the other.
No, I don't want to be protected in my own country. I'm a citizen from my country.
Well, you asked for protection for the Jews, because if you get people getting up on the streets...
The Jews are Tunisian citizens. They don't need...
They didn't say death to Tunisians, they said death to Jews.
Yes.
Didn't they?
Yes.
And if you hadn't gone and intervened, and if they hadn't said they would arrest people, it would happen over and over again, wouldn't it?
It happened over there. Next time somebody goes to the act. I mean,
because you asked for it. Yeah.
So I asked only...
So you took a position directly against the one that you're supporting tonight?
No, I didn't. I go to full application of the legislation, and to teach the young people when they grow up to respect all the different religions, and if anybody fails to fulfill what's written in the Constitution, be taken to justice and judged.
Right. Bismuth, thank you very much indeed. All right, I'm going to throw this open to the audience now. We are going to discuss the motion. This House believes Arab governments should take urgent measures to protect religious minorities. We'll take your questions now. There's a hand at the back.
Hi, good evening. My name is Mohammed. I'm from Egypt. I'm just trying to add some shadow to this issue. I believe the problem is more wide than just protecting the minorities. It's opening a dialogue between different religions, because if it is just about minorities, there is still minorities between Muslims to Muslims, Christians to Christians.
Okay, do you have a question?
Yes,
moving to a question.
My question is to get to the bottom line, how to get to the bottom line of this problem creating minorities, how to get to the bottom line of this issue.
Ahmed, Saad, do you want to have a go at that?
Well,
please,
yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it's quite a problematic problem. It's quite a deep problem. Opening dialogue is quite important, because interfaith dialogue has to be, to a great extent, behind closed doors and on round tables for the past few years. It has always been religious leaders speaking to each other, having some nice tea, and then their people are fighting, and dictatorships and dictatorship regimes creating more tension in order to secure themselves more into power and continue in power.
Okay, but what to do about it?
What to do about it? As I said before, we have to be honest about it, and secondly, there has to be some advisory boards from religious leaders who would give advice to the government in order to take actual, ideal, and real measures in order to solve this problem.
You really think governments are going to listen to that sort of thing? Lord Carey?
I think what we've got to do is to put the pressure on it. Every government is very susceptible to public opinion. And if we can actually raise indignation on behalf of every minority group, then of course we can change governments. But I want to pick up a point that Professor Daou said earlier. It's not only governments, actually, because governments have a limited responsibility. It's the power of community. If we can actually help one another with Christian and Muslim and Druze and Jews working closely together, we can change opinion, and we can change the opinion of governments, because they are very nervous of what we think of and think about them particularly.
But you have to accept, first of all, don't you, there's a problem of religious persecution. This is what you're dealing with.
Of course, well, it may not be persecution, it could be discrimination. And we mustn't forget what Sheikh Ahmed said. A lot of this is actually being engineered by extremist groups. They are very often manipulating the voices of the poor, of the ignorant, and so on. And a process of education has to take part in this as well.
Fadi, you want to say something?
I think it's I agree, but at the same time, I mean, it's very dangerous to consider a kind of alliance among minorities in the Arab world against the Muslim majority, as if the persecution is from Muslims against all the others. I mean, this is a very dangerous situation or scenario to think about.
So you're saying integrate more. Your protection is in integrating more,
of course,
with other groups.
And not only integrating more, because Christians are totally integrated and even sometimes more than Muslims in their own countries. But it's ensuring more democracy, more freedom, more collaboration between Muslims and Christians to have a better situation, better public institutions. I mean, because sometimes the threat comes from the government.
Okay, Roger Bismuth, you want to say something here?
As was said, it was said earlier, I think I was asked to remain focused on the Middle East. But in fact, my idea goes much better. It's a worldwide problem because there are minorities worldwide, in Europe, in the United States, everywhere.